right, Mr.Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? Things you never want to see take place during the basketball game. The Oklahoma City Thunder were in Utah, and their point guard, star point guard of their team, Russell Westbrook, had an altercation with the fan. I don't know whom's right in this regard. So what we're going to do right now is play the clip of Russell Westbrook as he got very upset at a 45-year-old fan by the name of Shane Kiesel. Let's look at this clip and then we'll come back.
I'm gonna say one thing. I'll fuck him up. He said, I promise you. See, I'm playing. I swear to God. I swear to God. I'll fuck you up. You and your wife. I'll fuck you up. No, fuck that. I promise you. Everything I love. Everything I love. I promise you.
Yeah, so Westbrook's been through a lot throughout his career. He gets probably, I'd say, criticized as much as any other player in the league because he's now one of the more popular players that have not won a championship. You can criticize LeBron James all you want to, but you can't take away those 3 rings. You can't take away Kevin Durant's 2 rings, maybe about to get a 3rd. And obviously it looks justified that he did leave Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder in the back burner here because he's went to Golden State and he ain't their number win ever since, right? You got James Harden winning MVPs and he really doesn't get bothered by the criticism. He seems pretty Teflon in that regard. Other stars like Steph Curry, Giannis, they don't get bothered by this stuff, man. And right now I would say Russell Westbrook's atop the list of guys. Him, Kyrie, they still get bothered by this scrutiny, and most of those guys have won. Russ has not won yet, and I think that's why a lot of this scrutiny does get to him. Now, Russ did explain why he went off. You saw in that clip, he went as far as to tell the man, I beat the hell out of your wife, I fuck y'all up. Like, it was serious out there with Russell Westbrook. Here's what he says was the reason why he had, he went off on this fan in Utah.
Obviously, everybody's talking about the same video, but the realization of it is how it started was a young man and his wife in the stands told me to get down on my knees like he used to, and for me that's just completely disrespectful to me. I think it's racial. I think it's just inappropriate in the sense of there's no protection for the players. I think there are a lot of great fans around the world that like to come to the game and enjoy the game. There are people that come to the game and to say mean, disrespectful things about me, my family. For many years, man, I've done all the right things. I've never done anything to hurt or harm anybody. I've never been in any trouble. Never fought a fan. Been in the league 11 years, clean slate, humble. I take all the criticism from everybody. I've been doing the same thing for years. And for me, disrespect would not be taken from me. I'm completely just sit back sometime and just take it like that's just one video, but throughout the whole game, since I've been here, especially here in Utah, every time I come here, it's a lot of disrespectful things I said. And for me, I'm just not going to continue to take the disrespect from my family. I just think that there's got to be something done. There's got to be some consequences for those type of people that come to the game just to say and do whatever they want to say. And I don't think it's fair to the players, not just to me, but I don't think it's fair to the players. And if I had to do it over again, I would say the same exact thing because I truly will stand up for myself, for my family, for my kids, for my wife, for my mom, for my dad every single time. I expect anybody else to do the same. So that's kind of where I'm at with the whole situation. As for beating up his wife, I've never put my hand on a woman. I never will. Never been in any domestic violence before, never have before, but once he said the comment, his wife repeated it, the same thing to me as well. So that's kind of how that started. I know you guys only got the tail end of the video, but the start of the video is way more important and way more disrespectful than what you guys heard. So appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Russell.
So he's saying the fan said get down on your knees like you're used to. Now, to be fair to the fan has came out and said, I didn't necessarily say get down on your knees like you're used to. The fan claims he said, ice those knees up, right? And then he said, you're going to need it. Now, he claims his wife said nothing and didn't deserve any of that vitriol from Westbrook. As a matter of fact, to further this, fans and people on social media have actually found a Twitter account they believe to be associated with this man, Shane Kissel. I can't confirm or deny if this is a real account. Let's make it clear, on social media, you can't have a negative social media account that's already doing like racist things day in and day out, tweeting out racist stuff, and then just change the name once you see this little clip go viral. Once you find out this guy's name, he did an interview, right? I would hope this guy wouldn't be dumb enough, because he did do a live interview after all this took place and said, yo, I don't know what the hell Westbrook's talking about. I would hope this guy wouldn't be dumb enough to go on live television knowing he had a racist Twitter account in which there are tweets of disrespectful things toward Russell Westbrook that he said in the past. I would hope this guy wouldn't be dumb enough to go on live television with a racist Twitter account that someone could find. I'd hope that's a fake account. Then again, I don't know. Now, a lot of players have come out, mostly have sided with Westbrook during this incident. Even Utah players like Donovan Mitchell, Thabo Sefolosha have come out and said, we don't need racist fans like that at our games. As a matter of fact, the NBA has kind of made a statement. They banned this fan, Shane Kissel, from ever going to an NBA game ever again. By the way, Russell Westbrook has been fined $25,000. I'm sure with the money he's made throughout his career and continues to make, that little $25,000 fine ain't nothing to him. If this guy did say what he said, what he's claiming he said. Again, I don't know the truth. I personally believe there should be like some sort of video evidence or audio evidence. There's nothing but cameras in between this fan and Russell Westbrook. Somebody should have the audio of if this guy said this. They should be able to pull that. Those cameras are pretty darn good, pretty expensive. I can't believe they haven't been able to find any of that audio if it is out there. I'll say this, because a lot of people are throwing the blame at Westbrook. A lot of people are throwing the blame at Kissel. I can't prove that the guy said it. I don't know that or not. And I'm not finna say Russell Westbrook is making this up. I will say we do know, as of recent, the Thunder have had a very checkered path with the Utah Jazz, obviously losing to them in the first round of the playoffs last year. I just don't see that putting Westbrook over the top and making them accuse somebody of something like this or this magnitude and getting him that upset. If he's saying that guy said it, I would hope there's some validity in it to get that upset. A lot of fans have been kind of pickering at Russell Westbrook all year this year for some reason, and his field goal percentage is down, and his free throw percentage is in the 60s. He's usually an 85% plus free throw shooter. We know he's frustrated, and maybe he's allowing personal attacks that could possibly have happened in the past now kind of carry over and get to him a little more. But if you think somebody made some type of slavery connotation to you, look, all bets are off. You tell me to get on my knees like I used to, all bets are off. I just will say this. I'm not going to blame Westbrook. I don't know if the fan said it or not. He's banned for life now. He'll never be live at a basketball game for the rest of his life. I'll say this. When I go to basketball games, right, the thing that really, I'd say, bothers me the most, that to me I think is very problematic going forward in the NBA. These workers that work at the arena. And I get it. Let me make this clear. I get why they get, I don't want to generalize anything, but generally speaking, the workers that they have working these events, that work at the arenas and all these NBA venues, are people who are older people, not as physically mobile. Ears are not as functioning as a 30 or 40-year-old that's completely aware of what's going on. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if some of these people working these events even watch basketball. And I only say that because I think that's that person's job to cut that talk down between that fan and Westbrook on both sides. If it happened, we obviously seen Westbrook chattering back at the fan. I think it's that person's job to say, yo, fan, shut up. You do that again, we're getting you out of here, right? I don't think that's Westbrook's job. He shouldn't have to do that. I don't think that's the team's job. There needs to be people put in place that can do that job correctly. I went to a Tennessee, I'm an alum of Tennessee the Tennessee Volunteers. We're a top school right now. And right behind me, when I went to one of the games this year, right behind me was a drunk white guy who was making some very, I would tend to believe this dude is racist in his homes. All right? I'm gonna be honest with you. He said everything but the N-word at this game, and we were winning by like 15, 20 points. I said all that to say, I wish there was somebody over my head that could step in and be like, yo, chill, bro. We get it. You having a great time. You can boo, you can cheer, you can do whatever. But some of the remarks are just not suitable for a game. Like, protect the players. I'm watching YouTubers now buy tickets, or some of these guys are awarded tickets on the first and second rows, and they're dedicating the entire games to trolling NBA players and calling out LeBron's name, trying to troll Kevin Durant to get an Instagram moment, a social viral moment. And I think it's ridiculous. I just think the people that work at these arenas need to be more conscious. And I get that layout, right? It's kind of tough because if somebody, I would think the next level of being like a person that works at the arena will probably be somebody who does real security, right? And you get these arena workers because they're willing to do that tough schedule night in, night out, and do the work that a lot of people just don't want to do. But I just think it's putting the players in bad situations. And personally, I believe one day in the near future, something bad's gonna happen. It's gonna be more than just a $25,000 fine. This is gonna be another brawl like the Palace, you know, we had with Detroit and Indiana when Ron Artest got suspended like 83 games. Him, Steven Jackson, and Jermaine O'Neal went into the crowd and started busting people down, fans down. We're heading towards that direction because of the world that we're in right now, this social media society. Well, let's be honest. Fans are more, or at least they think they're smarter than they ever been. And a lot of these fans are more educated than they ever been. They know the little dirt cheap news nowadays that's going on, like if Russell Westbrook's shoes aren't selling. They're going to take that information before the game and use it throughout the game. If Steph Curry's shoes just flop, if LeBron just A&R'd an album and his team's losing by 20 points, they're going to use that in the midst of the game. Like, yo, focus on the game and not a 2 Chainz album. That's because news just travels so fast. Sometimes incorrect news travels so fast. So I think with the fans being more educated than ever, players being more educated than ever, it's a very nasty dynamic that could lead to someone getting hurt. And we don't want to see that. So I would hope, you know, we somehow, some way, the NBA Adam Silver needs to come up and step up with some type of way to protect his players. I don't know if it's scooting the fans back a row or two. I don't know. What could it be, you know? Putting cameras in place, putting more workers in place. That, you know, I've always said I don't think the NBA has enough security at those games, right? Like, I think there should be more done. And this is just one of those instances where I'm fine. You fans pay these money, you know, they use their hard-earned money. And there is a fanatic element to this game that has people so invested into it. And like game 64 of the regular season, that's not that important. I just would hope that Adam Silver gets control of it and finds a way to create a healthy relationship between fans and players. Because we just seen the New York Knicks owner for a lot less, James Dolan, a fan at a Knicks game said, sell the team. And he banned that fan for life just for that statement. He kicked him out for life. Now, if what Russell Westbrook is accusing this fan of is way harsher than what Dolan got offended by. So obviously owners are not happy when fans make remarks that are very insensitive to them. So like, if you think they're insensitive to it, what do you think about the player that's in the limelight that actually has to go on the court and perform night in and night out? So obviously there needs to be something fixed here between the fan and player relationship, and I think Adam Silver needs to work on it this offseason and figure something out. I don't know what it is, but he's a smart man and he'll figure it out. I'm out.